Hi, if you're like me, you could find that MLP tracking, cost basis tracking for MLPs is a little bit difficult. When you get your information from your broker, it's not always clear what your cost basis is, what you owe to the IRS, what your the tax bases over time, what happens if you sell, the things that actually matter for people who actually own MLPs. So I built a cost basis tracker. And so if you're on my website, lucasanderson.ai, and you go to K1 basis tracker, very creatively named, you can upload your files and get some results. Now there is of course, free version. Like everything on my site, there is a free version, and it should be excellent. The free version, you upload your K1, you get your cost basis, you have some numbers, and you get to see the sales implications for selling the cost basis. You get a year. It's better than what anyone else does, and it is free. So I also have a premium version because I wanted to use it, build it even better, and then add additional features. But it does cost me money for servers and things like this. So I did make it for myself. But anyways, the point is that you go in here and you take your PDF and you upload it here like this, and then you always want to know what's in the PDF, because the scanner is fairly accurate and fairly robust, but from time to time something wonky will show up here, and that's not good. So you do want to look it over and make sure that it makes sense for what you're doing, right? If it says negative interest, or sometimes the scanner won't read everything. It handles PDFs and CSVs. I do have close to 300 test iterations at this point in time. I cannot possibly handle every single test case. So hopefully there's no problems. If there is, send me an email, and that'd be great. But anyways, so you get in here, accept and calculate, which should make sense. And then you have your whatever it is. Now, this is a test thing, so I think I'm using this one, 0101. I am, at this point, I've put in a lot of different numbers here for the test cases. So I'm just cooking something up. Because once you go through your own K1s, you have to start testing stuff. Anyways, my point is, here you get in here, and then it shows you your cost basis for that year. This is the same as there's no basis now between, this is the premium, yes, but there's no difference now between what you see on premium and what's on the standard one, right? And then you also get to see what happens if I sell now. Well, it shows you a preview, but you can also choose like your units to sell, LIFO, FIFO, or specific ID, right, which is extremely important. Your price, I don't know, 40. And if you have the NIT tax, which is applicable at this point, where I calculate sales estimate. And that's cool. So that's should be extremely useful. And you go through here and you see your ordinary income, your capital gains tax, NIT rather, and estimated tax. And you see the differences between MLP taxes and your regular repair, and it shows you the spread between the MLP and regular. You can read this for yourself, of course. What if price scenarios? Because obviously I'm a semi-retired proprietary trader, and so this what if scenarios are a huge deal to me. That's how I think. And when I managed money some years ago, this is definitely how I thought. Anyways, we're not here for career lessons, so let me see, back, there we go. And then we come in here, and then we can add years, which is the button, there we go. Add 2009. Now the system would strongly prefer that you add sequential years, right? Missing 6 years, please add years for context, which would be good, but we are testing wild things here, so we're just going to throw in a different year, 2024, All right, so it's going to be kind of wonky, and anyways, so hopefully it doesn't take too long. Here we go. Then we have an ordinary income. Sure, we're going to accept and calculate. You do, like I said, want to double check and ensure that things are correct. Now, capital account doesn't reconcile. Well, of course it doesn't. These are wildly different years, and we've kind of put some wild things in here for the testing purposes. That's not my point now to catch the math errors. Rather, I'm trying to make a video here. But all right, so we have multiple years. We have one lot at $15 for half a stack there, and then we have a couple years here, which we seem to have not paid taxes for some years. But anyways, so you can. I don't want to read aloud on a video because people can go through and test it and see it for themselves what's going on here. But the point is that you have an adjusted basis over time. Right now it's a straight arrow, which should make sense, but you shoot cumulative distributions and these types of things. And then if you go through time, probably should have put in some middle years here or chosen a better example, but it'll show like a progression on the graph, what's going down and those types of things, and then you can do a sales estimate. Now I'm going to keep on doing things that allow for multiple years and then sequential selling. And of course, you do usually more than one transaction per year, but I can only build so fast within the system. So future iterations will show like multiple transactions throughout each year. And I'm going to have that scannable from your CSV that you get from your broker, Interactive Brokers or Schwab or whatever you're using. So those types of things will be extremely important and valuable for your overall portfolio management and for your overall understanding of your tax basis and your exposure for your MLP portfolio as a whole. And then you can do what you want with this information. But this is the type of thing that I use this tracker for my own positions. And I'm mostly, obviously I'm interested in energy transfer and MLPX and some of the other things you see on here. You can probably tell what I have by looking at the different drop-down menus, because obviously I made those for myself first. And so, yeah, but it is a work in progress, but right now it should be pretty robust, and I am quite confident it's the best thing you can find online for K1 basis tracking, and I'm fairly proud of it, but you don't need to hear me go on. Yeah, if you have a suggestion, I would sincerely appreciate it. You're welcome to contact me in the email contact there, and yeah. Oh, and of course you can upload. You can upload your additional K1s and fill in the gaps here. Now, you can also, I kind of forgot to hear, let's drag and drop a new one here. I think this is an EP model. So now, when you're in your positions, you can add on different MLPs too, of course, and then multiple years for those, and then switch between the two. You have your energy transfer, you have your WES, and you have your EP, and you have your whatever it is, right? So we're just gonna, click on this one. When did you buy? 0101. Sure. And then I'm kind of just putting in numbers at this point in time. So yeah. So we have a number. Now I will try and compact this a little bit, but should probably thought through things, but then you have, yeah, when we have our overall portfolio, then we have the EP, then we have your WES, and you can go back through. Now if you make a mistake like me, you can say, oh well, this was actually the wrong year, I should put it back in time, or those types of things. And you could see this should allow you something that you can track your positions and structures over time, and I really hope it's useful. I use it a lot, and I made it for myself, and yeah, more improvements are coming, but I can only go so fast. So thank you for your time, and I hope you have a nice day.